Okay. And we're back. We're really back.
I know you missed us.
You wanna kiss us? That's none of our business, babe. Oh.
Okay. We couldn't really find that last note, but that's all right.
It's been a second.
We're back, brother.
We're back, brother. Can you hand me that pillow that you have next to you?
Of course.
Today's episode is in honor of the queen, the icon, Gypsy Rose Lee.
Gypsy Rose.
I'm gonna hold her in my lap for our episode today.
Oh, our baby girl.
So as you might have noticed, we did go away.
We went away. And I don't know how many of you missed us, but we were
Okay,
absent.
there were some people who were asking about episodes of when we were gonna have a new ep.
Wow.
There were some.
All right.
And truthfully, my dog died. Yeah. So if you are annoyed at us, how you feel now?
You feel fucking terrible about yourself.
No, but really, my dog died at the beginning of June, and then it just was like one thing after the other kind of came up, and we had to just take a step away from Podland.
I think June for everybody was just like one of the craziest months of this year.
Yeah,
by far.
It was just like playing catch up, figuring it out, you know?
Yeah, and everyone was outside as well.
Outside.
And
Melanie!
Melanie. And like fully started Wicked.
I did fully start Wicked, and I started Wicked while doing Broadway Bears, and went on for my principal track, and was a lead in Bears, and we had a crazy schedule.
And
it was
your
just
dog died.
crazy. And my dog died.
Yeah.
The day before I started Wicked.
Yeah.
Which was crazy.
That's so actually fucking insane.
It was really wild.
What did she get? I actually don't know what happened. Did she
So
get
essentially,
put
we
down?
watched the Tony Awards with friends over. Then just randomly, she's 19. She would have been 19 on July 5th.
Mm-hmm.
And when your dog is old, like your dog does just like randomly get diarrhea. That's like just like a thing. Sorry, trigger warning for diarrhea.
WTW, diarrhea.
So she just like started having diarrhea, and I was like, oh, poor baby. She must have like gotten into something. It's fine. And then it just kind of kept getting worse, and it kept happening. And then she like couldn't settle herself, and then all of a sudden she was like stumbling, and she couldn't like lay down. And then she would finally lay down, and she would like fall asleep for a few minutes, and then she would wake up and have to go to the bathroom again. Then there was blood in her poop, which is really bad. And so that's when you're like, when there's like blood, that's when you have to go to the doctor. And right after that happened, she started running into walls. Like she was running into the wall. She was stumbling. She couldn't walk. God. Which she's had a stroke before. So we knew that something had happened in her brain again. And we went to the doctor, and they brought her down. She had low blood pressure, low blood sugar. She was like, it doesn't look good. There's also, we took these things, and she had this like big abscess that was like pushing her. Like at first they couldn't find like some of her organs, but that was because this abscess was so big, it was pushing her organs into a place where they weren't supposed to be.
Jesus.
And it was pretty like certain that was going to probably be some type of cancer. And that was maybe what was causing her brain moments. And the doctor, this is not funny, but the doctor was like, and she's downstairs and she'll stand up with a lot of energy and then literally collapse, and we think she's died, but then she pops back up. And I was like, oh my God. A drama queen till the last second. Yeah. Literally.
I'm dead. I'm alive again.
Literally, she was doing that. And so I wanted to like, I was ready to literally take out a loan to like get her through the night, because she's like, to get her through the night, it'll be probably about $10,000. And I was ready to do it. And Skylar was like, Mimi, she's 19. And I was like, I am not making that decision, Skylar, unless someone tells me to make it. And so the doctor comes back in, and I go, listen, I'm bawling my eyes out. I'm like, you have to tell me. Like, I'm not going to tell you. You have to tell me that is the best, most humane decision that you would do. As my vet, you would make that decision. You have to tell me that. And she was like, that is what you should do. And so we said goodbye to her at like 3 a.m. on June 8th. And the crazy thing is, to go back to the beginning of the story, is after the Tonys, she like came, I was sitting in our yellow chair, and she came up to me, and she like put her like paws on me to like get up and snuggle with me, which is like very rare in these times because as dogs get older, they just like want to be to themselves. And I was like, oh yeah, come here, my love. And so she hopped in my lap, and she just like fully relaxed in my lap. She was looking up at me, and she started to fall asleep. Oh my God. And she literally was like, had the thought, I was like, this is my last night with you. Like I had that thought in my brain. I was like, this is my last night. Like this is our last moments together. And then I was like, because I think about Gypsy's last day all the time, because they say that's like healthy to think about because you're not so scared or like shocked when it happens. So I brushed it off, but then that happened that night, and I was like, oh my God, am I literally a witch? Like I just knew. I just knew. She was like, she hadn't done that in so long, and it was just like, but it was crazy. So that's why I didn't record the pod. We were supposed to record the pod, I think, that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. But she's special, and she's with us every day. And I just imagine her, like, walking around on stage with me at the Gershwin and, like, being in all the dance numbers.
She is.
She's just following me around at all the times.
She is. And 19 years is kind
Oh
of
my
an
God.
unbelievable life for a dog. Like,
Literally, this dog saw the seals in San Diego. She taught in Aspen. She lived at the Ritz-Carlton in Houston, Texas. Like, this dog had an
What a
epic life. Like, literally an
Yeah.
epic life. Like,
Truly.
she's amazing. And all started from a box on the side of the road. Like, insane. So,
And that's so much of your life too. Like,
yeah.
that's
Like,
so much of your life
we
that
had
you shared with
my
this dog.
entire New York experience.
Yeah.
And like that's a whole like, I mean, Jesus, like that dog saved my life, and that's a story for another day, but like she really did. And but I miss her every day. But I was telling my sister, I was like, you know what's crazy? Like I miss her, but I miss like 7 years ago her.
Totally.
Like when she was playful
Yeah.
and silly and jumping, and she would like fall asleep on my face. If I was taking a nap, she would come fall asleep on my face. Like, oh my God, I miss that version, really.
I think that's
And I was never going to get that version back
Yeah.
because she was so old. And the doctor was like, she's probably been sick for a really long time, but dogs are just like so resilient,
Yeah.
you know?
and they can't
crazy.
talk. They
They
can't be
can't
like,
talk.
hey, I'm in pain. And that there is comfort in knowing that, you know, she's free from any pain.
Oh my God,
now.
yeah.
But I'm so sorry, dude. Like there's
It's okay.
nothing like losing a pet. It's all, any loss is terrible, but there's something very specific about having something you come home to every day.
Oh my God,
And
yeah.
I think the first few days of coming home and just like not having that presence is very bizarre. Also weird for your other dog who's
Oh,
used to having
God.
a sibling. Like there's so many layers to it. And
So much. And like
so
watching
sorry.
your other dog mourn your other dog is
Yeah.
like
oh God.
gut wrenching. Just like baby will run around and just start crying in every room because she can't find her.
Yeah.
Like she's
Oh,
just,
God.
and then
Oh no.
And then I had her collar, like where Lisi is in that little yellow dish. And she climbed up on this chair one day and like started like sniffing and pawing at the collar.
Oh.
So I like put it down, and she like started to lick it, and she like rubbed her face on it. Like it's
Jesus
Christ. Really sad. But she's doing better now. She's doing better now. I think she goes between like, it's there, all the attention's on me, to like, but I miss my sister. But you know,
of course.
and then she got a really big haircut, so she was stressed about that too.
This haircut is really good. She needed it. It's summer.
She needed it. It's summer,
She's
but
trimmed.
my friend made the joke that she took Ozempic.
She looks
Because
really
now
skinny.
she's so small.
Well, they're Pomeranians for those who haven't been watching
Yeah.
or know.
Go back
And,
to episode 1. Baby sat in my lap for majority of the episode.
Yeah. And she got a summer cut. So now it's just like
Yeah.
fluffy head, skinny body.
Skinny. The legs
really
are
cute, though. It's a
so
cute cut.
long. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cute. It's really cute. Okay, sorry to start on
Yeah,
such
that's
a deep
fun start.
Fun start, but like that is why we went away, and like that kind of kickstarted why we went away, and then we had travel, and we are busy people, but we find a way to make this happen, and so we
And we
just
always-
decided to just like take a beat.
Yeah, we keep saying to each other, like, there's no one. iHeartRadio is yet to come knocking
Yeah,
at our door. Like,
iHeartRadio, reach out and we'll be on a schedule.
We did take a month-long break, but iHeartRadio, we are reliable.
We
But
are.
The only people we have to be responsible to is each other and to ourselves. And we want this to be fun.
Yeah.
And something that we look forward to and doesn't add stress to our lives. And for the time being, it's just like this little corner that we get to
Yeah.
yap and have a silly
the
girl
best.
time in. And the second that becomes like, this is a
Stress?
job and we have to hold ourselves to this, then it's not what it was meant for anymore.
Yeah.
And I
And
think
hopefully
we're
if it
getting
does become a
paid
job and we're getting paid, then we'll have the resources to make things like this happen. But
yeah.
right now we don't have to force ourselves to do this, when honestly, if I had recorded that pod on Monday, y'all would have, what's it, 5150? Like, y'all would have committed me. Like,
Yeah.
it would have been really bad.
We need to call the police.
Yeah, we're back, babe.
We're
How
back.
are you? What have you been doing?
I'm pretty good. Crazy segue out of that, but June was crazy. June is my birth month, and so I always love June, but especially as I get older, I'm like, wow, June is jam packed, especially in New York.
Yes.
Because it feels like really the first month of summer. Apparently, summer doesn't start until June 20th. So I'm technically a spring baby because my birthday is June 17th. Anyway.
I guess it is about when, like, the sun, right? The sun solstice?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah, something like that. I was just outside for all of it. I went to Paris for my birthday for like a week. The beginning of July, for the first week I was in Montana with a bunch of my friends. But it was like a lot of birthday stuff, a lot of Knicks. We got to talk about the
We
Knicks.
got to talk about the Knicks.
I went to Fire Island. Like, it was just like a lot of
All kinds of, you really were
saying yes to
outside
shit,
doing a
yeah.
lot of things. Okay, so talk to me about Paris right after your birthday.
yeah.
Talk to me about the bread. Talk to me about, you went to this festival or this parade, or what was this?
Yeah, it's like this giant citywide block party called Fête de la Musique.
Ooh.
And it's literally just like every restaurant, bar, everywhere just has these giant speakers outside and they're blasting music. And it's throughout the entire city. So you can take a train for like
Whoa.
30 minutes, you get out, there's still music playing. And there's certain spots that certain people meet up, or let's say like one corner is very Afro beats. And so it's very that vibe. And others is very like EDM. But you just kind of wander the streets. It's open carry, so you can just be drinking through the streets. You just dance with strangers. I guess a lot of my friends from London had known about it, but I'd never heard about it. And
Yeah.
it was one of Carl's friends who lives in Egypt, who also has lived in the UK, who's like, you guys should come to this festival. And we're like, didn't know that existed, but hell yeah. And of course, the week we go was the hottest week on record in France.
Brought the heat.
So it was like 105 degrees. We didn't come out until 4 because we're like, it's just too hot. We can't.
Yeah.
We got out, and the sun sets at 11 in France during the summer. Wow. So we were out there. I was wearing just like a little denim dress. I was dripping sweat. Like, it was so fucking hot. So I was just drenched, but we just got really, really drunk. We were dancing around the city, made a lot of random friends. It was very lovely. And the rest of the time we were there, we just had to keep finding AC. So we were just like going to different museums or Ubering everywhere. So spent a lot of money.
Okay.
But
I
it
just
was
want to
lovely.
literally go and just like eat croissants all day long. If I went to Paris, I think I would just eat croissants
Unbelievable croissants.
and bread
Yeah.
and pastry. I would probably not eat a vegetable or maybe even protein. I'd probably try roast chicken because I hear it's pretty good.
It is good. We took a little picnic bag to the Eiffel Tower on one of the nights.
Cute.
And we brought like a baguette and meats, like salamis and stuff, honey, cheese, gherkins, and just like made little sandwiches
gherkin.
out of the stuff we had. That was actually probably the best bite. Just
There
going to
you
the grocery store and
go.
getting some fresh shit. And
Ooh,
eating
did you get
from
that
the Eiffel
salty,
Tower.
salty butter?
Mm.
That's amazing. So we mentioned it during the Gypsy recap, but the Knicks saved the city?
New
The
York,
Knicks?
Mamdanistan is better than ever.
Mom Donnie, we are living in a Disney Channel original movie, dolls.
Babe, like
It's amazing. If you're not in New York, you're listening to this, it's as good as you think it is.
it is.
It's amazing. People are kind. People are happy. I like the energy around New York when the Knicks were in the finals
Oh my
was it was something different. It really was something different, and it was amazing.
It was one of those times where I was like, I'm going to tell my kids about this. I'm going to be like, I
Literally.
was in New York during that time. I remember game 4, the one where that crazy fucking, where OG made that insane little tap into into the basket. And I remember we were down so bad, and I was sitting with a group of friends, and everyone's just like, okay, like, ugh, what the fuck is the point? I guess Knicks in 6, who cares? Like, whatever. And I remember when it started to turn around, the feeling in the bar, like the feeling of everyone's energy pulsing together. But each basket that was made, like the way the room would erupt, the unbridled joy, the feeling of just like pure connection with people next to you,
Yes.
screaming, jumping up and down the bar, playing "It's Up to You, New York, New York."
And like I think people often ask me like what's the difference between being in Louisiana, like growing up in Louisiana and living in New York now is like New Yorkers are just like New Yorkers are not mean.
No.
But they're going to be very helpful, but you have to ask them to be helpful.
Yeah.
Right? Like you have to ask them to engage. To whereas in Louisiana, someone just sees you with an odd face and they're like, "You okay, baby? Where you need to go?" Like that's Louisiana.
Yeah.
New York became Louisiana level neighbor vibes. Like
Yes.
it was just like everyone was like, "Good morning. Hey, how you like your shirt?
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, it's a great day." Oh, it was just like everyone was so happy and talking to each other and smiling. And it just like it was so nice to have people, and people said this isn't a new thought, but like it was really nice that people come together like that for a positive reason and not
Yeah.
because something tragic happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. And there's always, there's always the downsides. I remember seeing videos of them beating the shit out of people wearing Spurs jerseys.
That's
I was like,
insane.
ugh.
You need to put down the drugs.
Yeah. Like what I love about Europe is how walkable the cities are. And that's one of the best things about living inside of a city, especially New York, where the public transport is so good and everyone's just out on the streets. And when you mix that with everyone having something to root for collectively, it just like makes it feel
The energy
felt
takes
so
a
safe.
Yeah, a huge leap up too.
Yeah.
It's like you can just feel the rumblings, the glitter around town just like shimmering,
Yeah.
right? You're just like it was so fun. And
The
it was
fact
like
that we all collectively booed Trump, the fact that that's the only game we lost, the fact that people went to the stadium and were saging it, like it
I just
also
like
felt
it was
like we
a
were standing
community
against,
event. Yes.
you know, the evil.
It felt like protest.
It was fucking amazing.
It was so
Ugh.
good. It was so good. And it was so amazing. And and it just like made me like, it's interesting, like the interviews they're doing with the players now and them talking about like, there was just so much pressure around that game 3 because Trump was going to be there. And there was so much more security and there was so much anxiety. And we knew people were upset about that, but we each needed to play basketball. Basketball. And like, and now you're like, God, like stop being so self-centered and don't go to the game. Watch from the White House. Ew.
Babe, all I can say is these things happen in threes. Mitch McConnell, definitely brain dead. Lindsey Graham died yesterday.
But what do we think that picture? You think that picture's AI?
Which one?
The one of him from the hospital, looking like he had a facelift.
Babe, the Crypt Keeper is a vegetable, if nothing else. Like, I just think that something has shifted. Speaking of shifted, CERN.
God. Okay, for context, Lizzie started to tell me about this before we started the pod, and I literally stopped her in the middle. I said, "Save it for the pod," because I might become brain dead from this. I don't know. I'm scared.
I'm just gonna read you what it is, okay? So, for those of you who are in the know, we're about to start talking about CERN. So put on your fucking tinfoil hats and let's get to work. CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, is the world's premier particle physics laboratory. Founded in 1954 and located in France-Switzerland border near Geneva, it operates massive particle accelerators, including the Large Hadron Collider, the LHC, to help humanity understand the fundamental laws of nature and the universe. All right, please. More like to try to play God.
Honey.
So they are a giant intergovernmental hub and research engine. So they've been trying to like recreate the God particle essentially by smashing all these protons, neutrons, and electrons together.
Come on, science.
And accelerating shit. And a lot of people think that when it turned on, it created some weird shit. So if anyone's familiar with the Mandela effect, the feeling of like either feeling like something has happened before and then it happens and you're like, didn't that happen years ago? Like, I'm so confused as to why. But I guess everyone's just collectively agreeing that it's happening now. Or that movie Shazam with Shaq in it, or was it Shaq or Sinbad? I don't know.
It was Sinbad.
Sinbad, yeah. And how like people have physical VHS copies of that movie But then on the internet, it's like, it did not exist. It never happened. What are you guys talking about? It's so bizarre because the physical things stay in the timeline. Ugh, it's too much. It's too much. I've said so many times, like, this is not the world that I grew up in. This is not like the world that we were promised. Of course, we know that whole conversation of, like, as millennials, it feels like we've inherited a bit of a broken world. But there's also a level of just like, I swear to God, this isn't just how shit worked before. Like, shit got darker. Something shifted. And now there's all of these actual representations of kind of what the before times were and what now is. The biggest one, and the only one that I'll say for now, because I don't want the government to take this down, is the Chick-fil-A. Okay. So I remember Chick-fil-A having a K. Chick-fil-A. Mm-hmm. And then I remember someone making a video about the Mandela effect, and they're like, y'all know that Chick-fil-A only has a C? And I was like, no, it doesn't. Looked it up. Everywhere. Chick-fil-A just had a C on all the buildings. On the one on 125th that I pass all the time. Just one C. They turned off CERN. They turned off the LHC on June 30th. Since then, a collective, like hundreds of thousands of women skipped a period, first of all. I did not, but still. I did. Apparently Chuck Norris just died, even though he died like 3 years ago. And Chick-fil-A has a K in it again. Look it up online. Chick-fil-A has a K in it again. And yeah, on the building where there was just a C last month, there's a K. Like it never happened. All I know is we don't know shit. And I think there's a K. And you know what the internet's going to try to tell you? There's always been a K. You're being fucking weird. No, there hasn't. Literally 3 weeks ago, there was just a C. And I just think the world and the universe are so much more vast than we could ever possibly comprehend. And I think there's so much knowledge that we don't know. There's so much in the ocean.
But someone
we
knows,
only use like a certain percentage of our brains. Like there's so much possibility out there. Mm-hmm. And when I hear that like scientists or people are trying to recreate the God particle and thinking that's not going to have any effect on anything else,
the existing world,
and how we as humans are the only ones who view time as like one straight line that we're going down, when all studies ever have shown that time is an illusion that we created, and like timelines are real and multiple realities are real and multiple universes are real. I'm like, who are we to say that none of that is all working at the same time? I don't know. Anyway, so that's my CERN conversation.
That's insane. Should we take a trip?
Yeah.
In our favorite rocket ship, running through the sky to Fiji Island? Let's go! If you love me like you say you do. If you need me, love me like you say you do. If you love me, love me like you say you do. I forgot. Sorry, I forgot to go down. I forgot. Let me like you say you do.
Oh my God, get these shackles off my feet so I can dance. Babe, get these shackles off my feet. Towards the end of Love Island, I was kind of like,
it's hard.
This is jail. This is prison.
Love Island's really hard. But as my first American season, I don't know if we forgot this. I've never watched an American season before. As my first American season, I feel so blessed.
Yeah.
What a great season. To start, who did you vote to win this season?
Well, I didn't vote because
you're fake.
Yeah. I didn't vote because I don't want the app. I don't know.
I voted. Good. And I voted for Bryce and Trinity.
I think there's no other option.
There was really no other option. I do think that like Carl and Anaya would have been a cool, like, would have been really special. Like it would have been a wild story. But I think like if you're trying to like be like Love Island is a place to find love, like we literally saw them go from, we kind of like each other. Are we just best friends? Oh, wait, you are my best friend. Oh, wait, I really want to kiss you. Oh, wait, I'm in love with you. Oh, wait, we're winning Love Island.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. It was the full story, the full package. And they're the only couple that gave us that from start to finish. And I also feel like Trinity is the people's princess of the season. Like the best one-liners. She played the game perfectly. Like she tried to be open to everybody. She was very open in the beginning. when it came to her and Zach, even in Casa, she's like genuinely tried to give these other guys a shot as well. I'm just like, I know where my heart's at.
I don't like it.
And she's like, she was also giving amazing advice. We have to get into the fucking Melanie and Sincere of it all because I'm genuinely really confused. I get that there's 24 hours in a day and we see an hour of those 24 hours, but I think that man might be, there's a theory online that he's Rumpelstiltskin.
I saw this.
He's thousands of years old and he's draining her life force. It was bizarre how much they kept pushing for that.
Yeah.
And that was when the girls lost me a lot between Anaya and Trinity and Kata. I was just like, what are we doing? I get you want your friend to stay.
I was to say, I think I have like two different opinions about this. My opinion about the girlies is that I think that these women understood more than any other that Love Island is a game. Like it's a reality show. It's like for finding love, but it also is a game. And I honestly think that part of them was like, Melanie, stay with Sincere because that's how you stay in the game. And we want you to stay on the island, and you won't stay on the island if you switch up connections, especially towards the end. Now, do I think that like there is a little bit of like, he can change. He actually really does love you. I think he really loves you. And I think that Sincere and his Rumpelstiltskin ass became really close friends with Anaya. So he would have a supporter when he would fuck up.
Yeah. But then like Anaya saw him at movie night actively campaigning against her and still was on his side. I was just like, there's some weird shit going on.
It was very, very weird. But I do think post movie night, I think that the girls were like, no, you have to stay with him because there's no, then you'll get booted off the island. So you have to give the like, you know, prodigal son vibe of like, he's going to make it better.
Yeah.
I also think that like they knew that, I bet producers knew that Sincere's dad was going to come and like rip him a new asshole.
But you know what he gave during that entire conversation was like teenage kid who's like barely listening just so he can get to the end of the conversation.
Very annoying.
Because you know what he never did once over Melanie sobbing over him, crying, like losing her mind, yelling at him, cry. Never once cried.
Never once cried.
Always is just like, I hear you. And like, I have been bad. And I've been kind of like, shut the fuck. Oh my God. He made me so mad towards the end. Every time he would talk on screen.
The fact that you wouldn't run to her and say, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like,
the fact that she's crying to you and you didn't once cry yourself and be like, I'm so disappointed in myself. I can't believe I've done this to you. Like, this is not in my character. He literally was just like, yeah, I did all that. And like, and I won't do it again. I see you as a mother of my kids. Like, not you prophesizing.
I see you as mother of my kids.
Not you threatening her with that. Jesus Christ.
Before we get too far, let's just go let's go final four couple by couple.
Okay.
And we'll talk about their journeys and how they got to there.
Okay.
We'll leave them last. Or should we just, since we're fired up about them, should we just start with them?
Sure.
Okay. So let's start with Melanie and Sincere. We said on this pod that we liked them as a couple
because
that they jammed in the beginning.
They have a vibe.
Yes.
And Slay and I kept saying this. They look like Nala and Simba. And they do this thing where they put their heads together and it's very like lion of them, especially when his hair is down. I was loving it in the beginning. I was like, they really, because what Sincere does is he is a master fucking manipulator.
Yes.
He knows what women want to hear.
He's a narcissist. Yeah.
And he knows how to relationship. That's also so hurtful about his explorations. It wasn't just sexual. Like he would have these deep chats with these women, stare into their eyes, hold their faces when he kissed them. Like the kisses weren't horny as fuck. They were like slow and sensual. And he did that with each girl. He girlfriended each girl. And I think in the beginning when it was just Melanie, it was cute and it was very sweet. And I was like, damn, they're really staring into each other's eyes and like they live in similar places. That's a crazy sound that came out of your throat. Fuck. They live in similar places. They have a lot in common and they look great together. And at first I was like, love this. I can see them going all the way to the end. Then Sincere started saying all of his metaphors. And a lot of them started not making any fucking sense. Yes. And that was when I was like, this man is weird.
Ooh, he's spinning tails. He's spinning tails. And I was just like, and it is this sense of like, there's one way to do the show and like have a connection with someone and also keep yourself open to explore the possibility of connecting with someone on a deeper level.
100%.
Because in a way, that's how we all date. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like if you're on a dating app, you're not going on a date with one person. And I might like you after we went to dinner, but I also might like Steve or Julia that I have a dinner date with the next day. Like that is dating, right?
Yes.
They just have to date people in front of each other, which is weird.
Which is weird.
But like
But that's the game that you're
that's
on.
the game.
The show that you're on.
It's the way in which he was like, I want all of them to be in love with me, so then I get to make the ultimate choice of who I like the most.
Who's the most worthy?
Who's the most worthy? And that's another little tidbit of information that kept being said.
Yeah.
Casey. Just makes me mad because people were all like mad at Kinsey for doing the same thing. But she was just, you know what I mean? She was not making people fall in love with her the way Sincere was.
No.
And Sincere was trash. And you know what I hated the most?
It's a misogynistic take to think that women can't do that.
Exactly.
And can't like explore and be sexual beings and yeah.
Exactly. And you know what I hated the most? When they would sit on those little couches, Sincere would always face out and Melanie would face him.
Yeah.
And the way if I was Melanie, I would have taken him and popped his head around to actually look at me. Ugh.
I've heard so many takes from the beginning, like when they're like, Mel's gonna take him back. He's gonna take him back every time because I know women like Melanie. Like she's strong and smart and beautiful and has amazing advice for everyone else but herself.
Yeah.
And I think there is the feeling of like I can fix him, or I've accepted it this far and now like he keeps pushing my boundaries. And I was saying to Carl last night that like he also does all of the repairing that you would want. So if someone harms you in that way, if you find out that the person that you're dating and you're sleeping with every night, who's staring into your eyes, is doing that with another person. It is so painful and hurtful, but the only person you want to comfort you is that person.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like a twisted thing.
It's a twisted thing where it's like, you were so close to me, you did this to someone else, I feel so violated. And the only way that I can feel unviolated is if I feel that closeness with you again.
Yeah.
Because if I know that you just gave that up for another person, then I've lost. But I know that if I can be mad at you and I get you back and you say all the right things, then maybe like, okay, like I feel better now.
Yeah.
And he's really great at coming back in and being like, you're right. And you're the one that I want. And everything I did was to get to this point.
Yeah.
And like, now that I see you, like there's no other woman in the world for me.
Well, because we all just want to be chosen.
Yeah.
And I also think it's really, really interesting in that like Melanie used to be a plus size model.
Yes.
And now she's super skinny.
Yeah.
And there's something there too.
For sure.
You know what I mean? There's something like definitely women who have been big and lost a lot of weight.
Yep.
And the boundaries that they're having, light boundaries around being chosen and around being everything, because you're told you're like not choosable for so long, or, you know, you're only choosable in a certain type of way to a certain type of person.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I think that after Family Day, Melanie should have said, I'm gone.
Yes.
I'm leaving, because you know what? She would be the next Ariana Madix. She would be the next Sierra from Summer House.
Yeah.
She would be the people's princess.
Yeah. And
She really would be. And I think now she's not going to get that because she stayed with him, and they're going to try and stay together, even though I don't think they are. I think I think they're already broken up, truthfully. But like, if she would have left, people would have like had posters of her on their walls.
100%. And I think for a while I was like, we don't know what it's like in there. It's very easy to get caught up. Like, this is, sure, who are we to judge? But if she has someone from the outside world show her and tell her what it's actually looking like, then especially with all the sermons she was giving to Anaya and to the other girls about like choosing yourself, how stupid do you look to be the girl that's still standing there after he went and fucked around and came back and you're the one still in his bed. Like, she's had so many amazing one-liners and so many great pep talks for the girls that she just went completely turned her back on 100%.
Yeah.
And all the comments online were just like, only Melanie's mom can save her now. Like, someone has to come in and tell her how it looks. And I was not expecting them to go as hard as they did. First of all, I was not expecting Sincere's dad to come in with his 2 scoops of hair.
I hate to say it, but I do think he was about to take his belt off.
Babe.
I hate to say it out loud, but I was like, Sincere, you're about to get the spanking of a lifetime.
Someone said he wore his chanclas, so he could take one off and throw it at him. Babe, I was like, if my parent came on national television and was like, I am so disgusted with you, I didn't even want to get on the flight.
I would not sit at a table with a man like you. Whoa! Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Ambulance.
Babe, if I heard that, first of all, Sincere, I'd be like, I have to let this woman go.
Well, yeah.
Or I need to like repent in a way that is biblical. And I should be sobbing right now being like, whoa, I've embarrassed the family that much that you're here like shit talking me on national TV.
He's making the same face that my nephew makes.
Just zoned out. Yeah, just like, yeah.
Yeah.
barely hearing. Oh, so fucking
God, I just
immature.
wanted someone to slap him across the face. Like
Just-
a soap opera slap across
like
the face.
a RuPaul.
Yeah, literally a
Yeah.
whack. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Melanie. Like, I did do that, and I want you to be the mother of my children. And yeah.
It's also his fucking hand. All of his mannerisms are starting to make me feel sick. I was like, get
He's
this
so
man
annoying.
off. When he said epitome, like
he's so
the
stupid.
literacy crisis is alive and well, and we're fucked. A lot of kids are being left behind in the school systems here. No one knew how to fucking talk on the show.
It was crazy. But Melanie, I hope you are no longer with Sincere. I hope your DMs are flooded with men who want to treat you better. Flooded. Overflowing with beautiful.
Than he can. But it was also, that was one of the most beautiful, that whole Family Day episode was spectacular. I was
It
like,
was
give
really-
this episode an Emmy. Okay?
Yeah, it's true.
The mom, Melanie's mom, talking exclusively in Spanish, saying some of the most
amazing.
beautiful things I've ever heard in my life. Like, why would you wait to be his?
Why would
you
you
give
keep
him a
giving
second chance when there's
people-
someone out there waiting for their first?
Ooh,
Also saying, don't give away your essence. There was some bars that she had that I was like, put this on a t-shirt immediately.
Give
and
her a
print
talk
it
show
out.
and
Yes.
have her help women.
And her sister's sobbing and just like touching her chest and being like, protect yourself. And after all that, Melanie being like, they had
But
some
my
choice
heart
words
says
for
take
you.
him back.
Oh.
But you have to also think like they're Belle. She's Belle. He's the Beast. She doesn't know. She's been
babe.
locked in that tower.
Yeah.
It's real Disney shit.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what this like the next few weeks look like, and to see if they're
Very
together by the
curious.
reunion, which
Yeah.
is in like a month.
August 31st. Whew. They knew we needed a second away.
They do that every time.
They knew.
Because they also let people live some life, and there's way more to recap on the reunion after like a month of them being in the public eye and like TMZ catching them and certain people like hooking up and stuff. It makes it a little bit more fun.
All right, next
Melanie and
up.
Sincere.
Melanie and Sincere. Zach and Kata.
Uh-huh.
So
Zach. Oh my fucking God, Zach. Literally, you're fucking crazy, Zach.
why are you so good at that? Wait, that's like a really good
You
Kata.
sound dumb. The boys are fucking crazy. Seriously.
And Kata's in the room.
Kata, wait, that's actually really good. I'm pretty gobsmacked at your impression.
Stop. That's so cute.
So here's my question for you.
Yeah.
At the top of this pod, at the top of us recapping Love Island, you had a pretty big hard on for Zach.
Sure did.
Still there? Gone?
Incredibly soft.
Incredibly soft.
Maybe even like recessed into my butt. You know what I mean?
okay,
Like my
yeah.
dick has crawled away
into your buddy.
into my butt. I still think he's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful man.
Yeah.
But I think he's a court jester. You know, I think
Yeah.
that he like feeds off of drama. He needs information that he can like bring back to the king. You know, there's something about him like suckling on everyone else's shit that he can like feed to Bryce, and then
Bring
he
back
can
to
like
the king.
tear down these other couples to build them up. Him constantly making a joke out of their relationship and out of his feelings for her. Like right after they go to the hideaway and have sex, he's like, would you be mad if I talked to a bombshell? Him immediately doing that when he goes to Casa. The girl being kicked off the show for saying the N-word. That's got to stop
Yeah.
happening, guys. Let's stop
Guys,
saying the
why?
N-word.
We just gotta take it out. Don't say it.
And if you're going to say it, don't say it on camera. My God.
But like, what in what world? I just don't understand in what world you would say it. I really don't. I don't.
And she's like, it was like, I was a lot younger then. I was like, this was 3 years ago. And you were like 21 years old. But anyway, moving on for that. But, you know, the girl that he was talking to got removed. So he didn't even have the option to bring her back. He didn't bring that up to her. The whole exclusive conversation, the situationship conversation.
Oh my God. Just be boyfriend, girlfriend. What do you mean?
And
What
if
is this, second grade? Like, I understand that language carries weight. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
saying, like, we're not in second grade. Like, someone being your boyfriend or your girlfriend is a big deal. But, like, we're exclusive? And then her freaking out about it.
Yeah.
I was like, come on.
Or just don't talk about it, or just be like, we're closed off. I'm not looking at anybody else in here.
Yeah.
And leave it at that. And be like, and I can't wait for what we're going to do in the outside world.
Exactly. Just leave it in that, like, in that space.
Yeah.
And I think what I find really interesting, though, is like, I think Jen did an interview and she was like, I'm really confused at America's response to Kata and Zach because Zach is obsessed with her. Always has his hands all over her, is like always with her, always talking to her. Like he is obsessed with her, always talking about her. And I was like, that's weird to hear because the cameras are on a lot. Like I think I'd see that.
Well,
Unless unless the like producers are purposely trying to be like, they're not going to win the show. So
I think the producers are more focused on the Zach and Bryce
Yeah.
of it all. And also Zach like saying all of his little shits.
Yeah.
I do believe that he's obsessed with her. Like, I think that he did say that as a kid, like his brother was the hotter one, the more popular one. And he only recently like really came into himself and into his attractiveness. And I think that that also is playing a part
Yeah.
in how he's moving. And maybe he is just genuinely insecure he's going to lose her, so he keeps making these jokes and making light of it to be like,
Yeah.
it's not that deep, and if you leave me or something happens, and like, yeah, whatever, I didn't even care.
yeah, he's like self-protecting.
There's a level of that I've seen from the beginning, and I'm sure there's so much we don't see. Like every
Yeah.
time I see them in the background together, his hands are all over her, they're together.
Yeah.
I do think he probably thinks she's the most beautiful woman alive because she is unbelievably fucking gorgeous.
Yes, I wish she would let her natural curls come out.
So bad.
Really wish those natural curls. I want to see it because I think she's gorgeous. I think she'd be insane with curly hair.
And they have to move to New York. They're such a New York couple.
yes,
You know what I mean?
they are very, very, very New York.
And I even like a slick back bun, Kata. Like one night, let's
Yes.
just take those extensions out. Let's like
Because
slick her
she has
back.
such a gorgeous face.
Her
Like,
face is
let me see it without the
unbelievable.
like. She's so pretty.
She's so pretty. And I
Her
believe
nodules,
I believe
I'm
that.
obsessed with.
Oh my God.
Like
Zach.
I just want her to go to the ENT and live stream what it looks like in there.
It's probably shredded.
Shredded lettuce.
Between her and Trinity, every time they do their little scream, where they'd be like, and no sound would come out. I was like,
So good.
girls,
So good.
girls. Maybe we go on
Yeah.
vocal rest for one day. Drink some
Yeah.
tea.
Throat coat.
Oh, cool.
But you know, I thought they were cute. I'm happy they made it to the end.
They're very young.
They are very, very young. And
Every
I think
conversation,
that like,
I was like, she's 22.
yeah, I really think they landed at the right spot. I think their date in comparison to everyone else's was hilariously low budget.
Theirs being followed by Carl and Anaya's, which was like wedding level budget, $100,000
Which is like,
worth of flowers.
I imagine that's what Travis and Taylor's wedding looked like. Like
Cute.
what? It was crazy.
Oh, that's something else we should talk about.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Tacky. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know. It was, I was like, you got a hoagie and a speedboat.
It was
Crazy. It was crazy.
And like plopped in this random place with like no shade.
Why are we tying ribbon around a sandwich?
Yeah, yeah.
What's happening?
They were interesting. I'm happy that they made it to the end because I think everyone was rooting for the core four of those girls. There's never been all black girls have never made it to the finale of Love Island USA, at least. Maybe any of them. And I think everyone was rooting for those four women to make it. But the only relationships that I'm rooting for are Carl and Anaya and Bryce and Trinity for sure.
Amazing. Same.
Kate and Zach stay together. Love that.
I
and
could
think
see
they're
them.
hot together.
I really could see them staying together because I
too.
do think what I did love about them, as opposed to anyone else, I liked that they were really, really goofy with each other,
Yeah.
and you could tell that they had similar like this goofy, giddy energy about it all, which I think could work in the real world, which I kind of like.
Yeah. Moving on. Anaya and Carl.
Anaya and Carl.
They make me kick my feet.
I love Carl so much.
They're giving husband and wife.
I love them so much. I want them to play volleyball with their kids.
I know. And their
That's
families
good.
together. I was like, this
I made the-
ethnic melting pot is delicious.
I made the joke that he's in PT school, and I said Carl is the PT that like you're in between shows on a Saturday and all you want is a rub down, and he is gonna make you do exercises. Yeah, like, you're like, oh, my lower back hurts so bad, and he is gonna make you do squats and not just rub it. And I'm like, and I appreciate that, Carl.
Please just give me a nice rub. Please rub me now.
So wait, a quick TBT to Melanie and Sincere. The fact that they had to do rock paper scissors of who was gonna get a massage. I said Sincere, jump into the water, get eaten by a shark.
Sorry.
Back to a happy place of Carl and Anaya. Carl
and
and Anaya. I'm just gonna start at the crux, the fork in the road of picking Casey or Carl.
Yikes.
And I think that the choice of Casey was a game choice because she was like, we've been together this whole time. We have pretty good chemistry. I think we have a good chance of going a long way if I stick with Casey. But I definitely like Carl more, but I think that Casey's a safe choice.
And it's really hard to contend 3 weeks to 3 days. I think that's kind of
That's a hard brain
jump.
thing to do. For a woman, I think for a man thinks with his penis and he's
Right.
like, let's go.
He's like, in fact, the newer the better.
Yeah,
I
I
hope more
love
girls
a
come
newer.
in that I can suck and fuck.
Oh God. But the moment I fell in love with Carl is when Anaya was crying to Casey and Casey was being an absolute garbage troll.
He was barely saying shit. It was TT who was really advocating.
TT
for
was
him.
advocating. But he goes, it's okay, Anaya. It's okay. And you can see he has tears in his eyes. Diva, protect
down.
him at all cost.
That's a good man, Savannah. And I've seen all these videos online of his friends that are making videos about him, and they're like, he is just that good. He's like that guy in our friend group where we're all just like, God, Carl's amazing. Someone was like, we were on a ski trip, and I was the only one who didn't know how to ski. And Carl spent 8 hours with me on the bunny slopes teaching me how to ski while everyone else was like skiing down the mountain. Like, he's just that kind of guy. He waited until his hair was a certain length so he could cut it off and donate to fucking Locks of Love.
Carl! God, I can't love him more than I do. I'm married.
It's also like in the opposite of sincere. Like, sincere will tell you everything that you want to hear to get his own way, and Carl will tell you just he's written by a woman. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
Carl is very female coded in how he dresses, how he tucks his little shirts in. Apparently he's a salsa dancer. That's why he always puts his arm out to like help her down from things. I fucking can't. And unprompted, like, he'll look at an eye and be like, you are so beautiful. And it is so genuine.
Here's the thing. I think we're losing that like people think that words are enough.
Yeah.
Like just saying things, but Carl like is actions.
Yes.
Even to where like even when he came back and he wasn't fully coupled up with Anaya yet, and he knew that Amora didn't have a couple either, like he made them both breakfast.
Yes.
Like that is actions of love. And I think that sometimes people are like, well, I say I love you. And it's like, okay, I can hear that every day, but like, are you showing me that you love me? Are there actions that go behind those 3 words?
Yeah.
Because words are just words, as we from Rumple Sincere over there. Rumple Seer.
Rumpelstiltskin.
You know, so
and
it's
on
just
top
like,
of that, he also made it clear that like where his intentions were headed. Like,
Yeah.
he would bring both breakfast, and then he would say like out loud to the room, like, don't want anyone to go hungry.
Yeah.
You know, just to be
He
like,
wasn't, like, playing
he wasn't
them
like,
both.
here, Amora, like also like, let's talk later. He was just like, I want to make sure that you feel taken care of in this villa as well.
No one should
but
go
my
hungry.
goals are to be with
Anaya.
Anaya. Looking back, I do think that there is some truth to what Casey was saying. Like, I think him and Anaya were put together out of circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that they're both black and they both wanted to find love. But I think
Yeah.
that is kind of where their similarity stopped. And looking at him and TT, I was like, I never saw that with Casey and Anaya. They were never
And
giggly
here's the
like
thing.
that.
I'm not going to take away that, like, especially I think in that their last episode before they went home, I think that you saw how much they liked each other. Like,
Oh, yeah.
their chemistry was very much on display, and I'm actually not mad at that.
No.
Like, I'm not mad at Casey for finding TT and having more chemistry with TT than Anaya. What I'm mad at, and what I think everybody's mad at, is like grandma and shit talking Anaya in order to like pump up your connection with TT.
Yeah.
Like, I am like this in real life too. Like, I remember I had a friend of mine, I was friends with a girl, and both of our different friends were a cover for this part in a show. And I was like, I can't wait to see my friend go on for this part, but I keep missing the opportunities because of the schedule. And this person was like, oh yeah, they're great, but nobody does it like this person. And I'm like, you don't have to put down my friend to make your friend feel more talented.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that. Like, Casey, you don't have to put down Anaya in order to validate your connection with TT. Just show that you have a connection with TT.
I mean, like my close
And that's what
personal friend Meg the Stallion's dad.
Honey.
You don't have to put down the other girls, the girls in the villa, to prop up the girls that are in front of you. Like the whole like high school and college comparison of like
Yes.
where the girls are. All of that was gross. I think it got red pilly so fast as soon as they got into that house. And I don't agree with
Yes.
any of that shit or the way that he I think that is a general consensus. No one's mad that he found a new connection. Everyone thinks that TT and him are a better match.
Yeah.
But it was the way that he went about it and the things that he said and how disrespectful he was along the way. And that's the same thing with Sincere. Like, it doesn't matter that you met someone else that you were attracted to. It's that you fucking wifed them in 3 days of time. But I just think that there is a lot of truth to the, because for a while I was just like, how could you give that up for this? And now looking back at it and looking at how much happier Anaya was, how much out of her shell she was, how much more sexual she was, like how much more in her body she felt.
Because she felt
seen. You can really see the difference.
Yes.
And like Casey was not giving her what she needed and vice versa. And it was a really cool, I always say that Love Island is like an anthropological study on human beings. But it's interesting to see like who brings out what and which people. And that's what's cool about all these people living in the house for so long is it's like you see the girls together and how they are with like just their girls. That night when they watched the Casa Amor and they all went to sleep and all of them were in like big sweats, bonnets, like pimple patches, just like, ugh, bitch, you know?
Yeah.
The difference of when they like come in their little tiny nightgowns and like their hair is like braided down, you know? Just like, it's so fascinating to watch how we morph when we're with different people that make us comfortable or uncomfortable. And seeing the difference in Anaya with someone that just like is on her same level and wavelength. And because Casey was like, she needed so much reassurance. And it's like, well, either you feel that for her and are able to give that to her willingly. And it's something you can tell with Carl when he's complimenting her or reassuring her. It's genuine and from the heart and something that he feels the need to say. And with Casey, it was like, oh, she needs this. She's insecure. Like, I have to like keep doing this. So it was like a tally he was holding against her.
Yeah.
And there's such a difference because she never really felt it. That's why she constantly was questioning her relationship with him. And with Carl, there's never an instance where he's saying all this stuff and she's like, I'm not sure if I believe it because you can tell it's from a genuine place. Yeah.
And I just like, I really love them and I really want them to do well.
And the producers love them too, bitch. I was like, that's the nicest date they've done for anyone ever.
Yeah.
A full book.
Yeah. I also think that like, even in my seasons of watching UK, like I've never seen someone that was in a couple with another person talk so poorly about them when they weren't around.
Oof,
and I
disgusting.
think that like at one point, like even as a producer of a show, you're watching it and being like, this is great television. However, this is rough.
Yeah.
This is really, really rough. And so I just think that they were like, let's let this girl have a beautiful last date. You know what I mean?
Also just like when do they bring people back? That's like very rare to happen as well.
Very, very rare. Very, very rare.
And so I think it was really, they're just like, this is really bad.
Yeah.
And kind of the only way that we can come back from this is if we give her a love story that she deserves.
Oh, but and also at that time, like Kata and Zach were kind of like, people weren't really behind them. People definitely weren't behind Melanie and Sincere. So the only couple you were rooting for with what, 8 episodes to go was Bryce and Trinity. And like, they have to have some competition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that they were just like, or she was like, I'm leaving, I'm out of here, I'm not going. And they're like,
Yeah. Just wait. Because she was saying, she's like, I want to go home.
We're going to bring my car, we'll come down.
And bitch, me too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just like, this Truman Show bizarre experience would have me in full psychosis. Like there's a few episodes where I was
stressful.
like, they're in a joint psychosis together, especially that one where it's like Casa versus the Villa and they all have to like make out. I'm like, this is group psychosis. Like
the making out is
completely
crazy.
Lost the plot and like what reality is. Like all of them just like orgying.
Also everybody dogging Mackenzie for being like a makeout is kind of like a handshake to me. Well, yeah, honey, on Love Island it is. Y'all are making these people kiss in the first 5 seconds of meeting each other. So why are you mad at her for making out with people and saying it's a handshake? Honey, that's the given circumstance. What?
I do wish that she hadn't had that like really deep loving conversation with Dylan and then kissed Gal. Especially because I'm just like, you don't like Gal like that. You think he's attractive. That was annoying. I think if she'd done everything she did and then met Dylan and stuck with him, I think that people wouldn't have a leg to stand on.
Exactly.
But I think it was the last minute kissing him that was like, girl.
That's where she lost it. She boss girl too close to the sun.
But that's also a delicious and important conversation because this was one of the first seasons I've ever seen where there was more ethnic people than white.
Yeah.
You know, Kinsey was the only white blonde girl.
Yeah.
For weeks. And I think the beauty standards have changed. And Soleil was calling them caramel future people. She was like, this villa is full of caramel future people. But it's true. Like, there's a National Geographic cover, maybe like 2016, where it's like, this is what the average human will look like in 2070. And it's like this very ethnically ambiguous person.
Yeah.
And I think that's what like a lot of the white supremacists of the world are afraid of, is that the world is getting more mixed and brown. And now the beauty standard for these like major dating shows are these black and brown women. And they were getting picked over Kinsey. And I think that Kinsey from the beginning, like Zach leaving her for Kada, her not really having a connection with anyone else, everyone kind of coupling up and her kind of being left to the side. And she even said this in After Sun. She was like, no one likes blondes there. I've never experienced that. And I think there was a level of like, how the fuck is this happening to me? Like, I'm always the desired. I am the blue. I can do the splits. I have amazing pricky tits. I'm young. I'm blonde. I have blue eyes. Like, that should be all I need. And I think from the beginning, not feeling that reciprocation just put her on the offense where she's like, okay, I have to
find somebody.
get it wherever I can. And then when the options started to get plentiful, she didn't know how to cut things off, you know? But I think from the beginning, she was kind of set up to play the game in a way that the other girls didn't have to, because they had people that were actively pursuing them from the beginning, if that makes sense. But I just think that Kinsey was fantastic television from day one until the day she left.
I agree.
She's going to be doing the splits around the world for the
Forever.
next 5 years. And she's going to be on Call Her Daddy on Wednesday, and I'm excited to tune in.
I'm very interested to see what she has to say. I think that's such an interesting point, and I hadn't noticed that. I hadn't thought about it that way. But yeah, I think she was like, what is going on? Like, I have the privilege of being pretty and hot. What's happening?
She made me laugh every single episode.
She was goofy.
Oh my God.
Goofy girl. And I loved it. I loved it. I thought she was hilarious. I loved how she was like, "What? I love you. I want to be friends with you outside of this because I love you, girl. Okay, I love you."
Did you see it After Sun?
Yeah, honey.
When Parmita was just like, "You say you love me, Kinsey. Like, you don't love me." And Kinsey was like, "Yeah, I should have used different words because I don't love you like that. But I just meant like I care about you and I do want to be friends." And I love how she was like, "You're right. Yeah, I don't love you like that. That's just kind of what I said. I should have used different words."
Just like sorority girl.
I love her.
You know, she gives Hayden Panettiere in Bring It On 2.
Totally.
Not Bring It On 2. Bring It On 3. Sorry.
Because everyone was saying that was going to be, that dance off was going to be her and Corbin when they came back from Casa. Also, Corbin, one of the most, he became my favorite character as well.
Oh, I hate him.
When he got sent off, I was so sad.
We're on opposite teams. I didn't like him. The more he was there, the more I said I actually would love for you to shut up. He did have a moment when he listened to Parmita about Melanie and Sincere where I was like, okay, wait. I like that we listened, and I like that we're coming too. But
only
like
couple that spoke truth to them in that.
But
challenge?
I literally was like, my guy, what? He was pretty toxically male for me.
He was. He's 22 and he's fucking gorgeous. And so he literally was like, I never had to work for anything. And I like these girls. Yeah, he was gross in Casa, but I wasn't surprised. And like, he wasn't in as deep of a relationship as Sincere and Melanie or as Casey and Anaya. So I kind of was just like, whatever. Like, the gross and yuck, but I don't really care. And then when he came back, as soon as he heard everyone coming for him, he was like, yeah, all right, sorry. And when Casey was talking back, he was like, just take it. Yeah. I feel like he took responsibility in a way that was very different than the other boys. And I feel like him and Parmita were a funny couple to me. They both were just like, you're hot and I'm hot. And let's like get together and like make out. Like, let's be exclusive. Yeah. Like, let's be exclusive. There's something just so Love Island fluffy about them. Yeah. And
you're right.
Computerish about them, you know? Yeah. That I was just like, I was enjoying them beyond all like the drama and they just like were a nice thing to cut to when they just be like, I just think like your hands are so big and your voice is so deep. And he'd just be like, hey, you're so fucking hot. And that was just like their entire clip. I was like, thank God for them. Thank God for the respite. All right, Bryce and Trinity.
Okay, Bryce and Trinity. I mean,
give it up for our champs.
Give it up for the winners. Give it up for those cutie pies. Give it up for Bryce's grandma.
Let's hear it for Bryce's grandma. Woo!
I mean, it was so good. I actually really loved, like, again, in my watching of the UK seasons, I've never seen a couple genuinely like become friends, realize that they are attracted to each other's even more because they're friends, and then like go on to like go the distance like that. You know what I mean?
I remember when Bryce and Trinity both like didn't stand on green, and the bombshells came in to kiss them, and she was with Gabrielle and all that stuff. And then when they and Kata, and when they came back and they got put back together, and just the chillness of like, fuck it, we ball, like,
Yeah.
and we're back. There was no like, oh, like that was awkward, like you didn't choose me. I think from the beginning they knew what game they were in. They knew the situation. They didn't take anything too seriously.
Yes.
And we just watched it unfold in such like a beautiful, natural way. That was so nice as the viewer to feel. It felt like we were like one step ahead of them the whole time. We're like, this is really cute. And then like 2 episodes later, like, this is kind of cute. We're like, yes.
Yeah. Well, I just think I think as a whole, what we're realizing as a society is we love yearning. We love yearning. And I think that those Casa episodes, like when she gets the picture of the foot in his mouth and she goes, I know how much he likes feet.
Yeah.
I just couldn't hold it together. And like he was like, it's just not Trinity. It's just not. I'm like,
They're not her.
It was
They're not
literally
her.
cinema. It was so good.
Oh, and he was like, I'm just willing to die on this hill and like stand, put myself out there. And if it works out, then that's love, right? I was like,
Oh, sweet boy. He's just fixing trash trucks. I love him. He's a sweet boy.
And
And
a
they're
good
going to move
DJ.
to LA and I think they're going to go the distance. I
They're
hope
a
they go the
perfect
distance.
LA couple, and Kate and Zach are a perfect New York couple.
I do agree with that.
And I feel like Anaya and Carl should be on like have a house in Martha's Vineyard, and
100%.
like
They're
another
going to
one
make
in, like,
so much
Santa
cute.
Barbara.
They're going to make so much cute content in Colorado.
Yeah.
You know? It's going to be
Ski
really
trips
cute.
galore.
Galore. They're going to be so sporty.
Hey guys, if we look a little different, I mean, I guess if you're not watching, then
Yeah, you wouldn't
even
idea.
know.
You wouldn't even know. But we did once again keep talking as our little mechanism stopped recording. So we're doing a little reverse, a little gotta get back in time.
Like I fully went home, uploaded the footage. Like it's been a couple hours, came back.
Yeah, I watched another episode of Scandal.
And
Started season 4.
We're jumping right back in.
Jumping right back in.
So Trinity and Bryce.
Love me some Trinity and Bryce. You had just brought up how they had a really important conversation about dating outside your race.
Yeah, because I think that as Black women, well, 2 things. Coming from a mixed race perspective, seeing interracial couples always makes you very happy because that is what I came from. But also I know that it can be common for Black women to feel fetishized in their relationships with white men and vice versa.
Yeah.
I think it can just get weird. And it was beautiful to watch their relationship blossom from friendship. And he just seemed to have so much like genuine love and admiration for her. And
Like respect.
yeah. And I love
Totally.
that race kind of never came into it at all.
No.
In any way.
And like we talked about like that it's very easy when you like the same things, you from the same backgrounds, you're all this, like it's really easy when you have like the core 4 things. Go, lay down. Sit, slay. How like it's really easy when you have like the core things in common, right? Like it's very easy to be in love, but when like you can not have those things directly in common and you can find other ways to bridge the gap between the 2 things, that's like love. That's like real deep stuff.
That's
know?
also why I think they're the most compatible and best couple on the show, because everyone else has a lot of similarities, similar in age. I mean, Zach and Kata definitely live in different countries, and there's that.
Yeah.
But I think they had the farthest gap to bridge,
Yeah.
and they like did it the smoothest, the soonest. And I think that
Seamlessly.
it's really going to work. And I also just think
Yeah,
that Trinity
I really
is going to
love
move to LA, babe.
I think she's going to. I think she's about to pop off. I think people are going to be obsessed with her.
Trinity should partner with like a Y2K brand like Ed Hardy.
Oh my
or
God, yes. Or like Juicy Couture. Yeah.
I'd be like
I'd
their
sign
new
up.
girl.
Girly, they would sell so much.
Okay, to finish off,
I'm excited about this.
we're going to do some senior superlatives
Okay.
for the cast of Love Island 2026.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
First.
Best dressed.
Okay, I think my vote goes to Melanie.
I loved Melanie's boho style.
It was really cool. The dress, the brown dress, sequin dress was so chic.
Yeah.
Because, like, Love Island can be a little Fashion Nova, and I am not against Fashion Nova. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it. But I just thought that she had such, like, different options.
Yeah.
And the yellow she wore on their final date, and I liked her. She kind of wins for me.
Honestly, T, I think Trinity as well, but Trinity is very like specific.
Yes.
You know, and I also think Kata, but with Kata, it is like, do you just have a shockingly perfect model body, or is it good
it's true.
clothes?
But I will say that pink that she wore for the finale that Kata wore, I was like, whoa.
I also love that kind
Gorgeous.
of where it was just like patterns sticking to her body. They were all like crocheted. And it was
Oh, yeah.
colorful.
That was really cool,
sickening.
too. Yeah. I
And
mean,
for
the
the
girls
boys-
really ate it up.
Probably Bryce, I guess.
Bryce did have really cute outfits. I loved that yellow shirt.
He's just cute. He's
He's
so
just
cute
a cutie
to me.
patootie.
I do want
also-
the boys to button one more button. I don't know why they're all unbuttoning to the belly button.
I'm just saying it might be hot.
Sure.
I really want to know more about the AC on Love Island and like what they're feeling temperature wise, but that's another conversation.
Yeah, so a lot of people have been like, I couldn't be on that show because I can't sit in the sun for 12 hours.
Yeah, you gotta be exhausted.
Exhausted.
And you know they're not
Sunset.
letting them sleep late.
No. And they turn off the lights when they turn off the lights. You know, they're like,
Exactly.
you're going to sleep at 4 a.m. and you're waking up at 7:30.
Yeah.
All right, class clown.
Who was the class clown? I think that the first person coming to my brain is Zach.
Yeah, I guess he was the most like jokey.
Yeah, he was jokey.
I also think like Kinsey kind of.
Kinsey was kind of the class clown. Yeah.
Kinsey was always doing the most and dropping into a split.
She was always being goofy toofy.
But I don't know if that's on purpose. you
Also,
know?
like Dylan is kind of class clowny.
Totally.
I don't
And on
know.
After Sun, he did a backflip. Did you see this? And someone's like, they're going to coach a nasty cheer team.
They're going to take him to Daytona, honey.
Best friendship. I think Zach and Bryce, sue me.
I do like Zach and Bryce, but I do think that's not
more-
friendship.
Yeah,
That's,
Zach is in love with him.
they're in love with each other, and I
Yeah.
think that would be the gag of the season, even though that means that Bryce and Trinity would have to break up. But I do think that they're in love. So if we take their actual love out of it, I think the core four women. I mean, that was a really sweet friendship.
Yeah.
I loved them.
Agree, yeah. They really were there for each other.
And I think kind of specifically Melanie and Anaya.
Yeah.
Even though Anaya kind of threw her off the game, I don't know.
It's
Zach and
it's very
Bryce.
tricky.
It's Zach and Bryce.
Yeah, they all were so layered. And there were so many times where I was like, the girls were just steering each other wrong. And I remember the first episode,
Yeah.
they're like, let's pinky promise that if we're ever being delusional, we'll call each other out. And at every turn when they were being delusional, the other ones were like, yes.
Oh, we also skipped over the fact that Anaya's mom was like, "Why are you telling that girl to go back to Sincere?"
Yeah.
Hilarious. Love Anaya's mom.
Love Anna's mom. She's gorgeous as well. Most likely to be forgotten.
Ooh.
Maybe Sean, the cop.
No, because he had the whole thing about, like, I don't know if we're going to forget Sean. You know who I still can't remember her name, and I do feel bad? The girl that Caleb brought back from Casa.
Oh, yeah. Jaden.
Jaden is her name? It took me, still didn't remember her name.
That's actually very
I'm
true.
very sorry, Jaden.
Yeah,
You're
Jaden for
gorgeous,
sure.
but that's my guess.
Best hair. I think best hair goes to the boys, high key.
Whoa.
Like Bryce, amazing head of hair. I
Great
mean, not
hair.
Bryce. Well, yeah, Bryce has a good head of hair, but kind of crazy. Zach and
Great
Caleb.
Yeah.
Those are two princely heads of hair.
Gorgeous heads of hair. You're not wrong. You're really not wrong. They had great hair. I also think Trinity could be a good contender for that because I know Mama had a suitcase just dedicated to hair
wigs.
pieces and wigs.
Babe, when she went from a bust down to a curly, like sewing
Yeah.
bouncy in the same
It was
day,
gorgeous.
when she gave herself those little fake highlights,
Oh,
I did not know how to
it.
do my hair like that at 22.
Yeah, she's really doing a lot with hair. She wins for me, but the boys did have good heads of hair too.
Moving on. Best shoulder to cry on.
Oh,
Ugh, kind of none of them, honestly.
none of them. But if I had to choose a shoulder to cry on, I think it'd be really nice to cry on Carl's shoulder.
Oh, T. Yeah. We didn't see much of that happening, but for sure, Carl.
Yeah,
100%.
Carl down.
Best advice giver. I think Melanie was a really good advice giver and a terrible
Hilariously,
advice
Melanie.
taker. Yeah.
But she wasn't really hearing the advice she was giving.
Yeah.
And she needed to hear that.
And I think
Play
for
it
the,
back
for
for
the
her.
boys, Bryce was always just like, follow your
Yeah.
heart, guys.
Follow your heart, guys. And I think you just gotta just tell her, dude.
Yeah.
Tell her, dude. Just tell her, dude.
For sure. Most likely to drop a one-liner, Trinity.
Trinity, down.
Still you
Period.
rise, I guess. Brilliant.
So good. So good. I love her.
You know what I'll never forget that was so long ago now? is when they were talking about how she gave someone head in the back of her mom's car. And they're like, wait, why did you do that? She's like, it was daylight savings.
That was a fun challenge. I found that to be them
feels
guessing
like
who did what.
a
He's like, it
lifetime
wasn't
ago.
me. It was a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
You were a different
then.
age when that. You were not the age you currently are when
That's
that episode
true.
aired.
Yeah, I was about to say we were younger then, and
we
I
were
really
younger
was
then.
younger
You were literally
then.
younger then.
Best bombshell.
Ooh, best
Kata.
bombshell. I think Kata because she lasted the longest.
Yeah, well, Kata like seamlessly integrated into the thing and found a man immediately.
Yeah, because I think sometimes bombshells can be like a little like, and I'm like, guys, like it's just the nature of the show that bombshells are going to come in. You can't always be mean to the bombshells, but she really was like, I'm here.
And I feel like, I mean, she came in very early. She literally came
Yeah.
in like the evening of the first day. But I think that all the other bombshells, first of all, this was a record low number of
Yeah, it
bombshells.
was not a lot of bombshells and not a lot of hideaway visits. I feel like there's been
Yeah.
way more hideaway visits.
And they also just like, they did not come in with the oomph that we needed.
Yeah, they
like
were
Caleb
subtle.
was kind of soft. Soul was kind of soft and like only went for one
Yeah.
person really. Jen, soft.
Yeah.
You know?
I find Jen more fun since she left the villa. I've
Love
been
Jen
looking
now.
at the interviews and the things she's doing, and I'm kind of obsessed.
Jen in the last 3 episodes as well, when she was talking to Kinsey and she's like, if
Yeah.
you did this on the outside, I would not be your friend. I was like, that's
Jen,
a real conversation.
I really like Jen.
Me too.
I would have liked to have seen her for longer in the villa, I think.
Yeah, I think she was just warming up.
Yeah.
Most likely to stay together.
I do think that Trice and Brinity are going to go. Trice and Brinity. I do think that Bryce and Trinity are going to go the distance. I really want Carl and Anaya to go the distance.
My hopes is the two of them. My hopes
Yeah.
is that, like, of the Leah and Miguel's and the people are still together from like season 6, that those are going to be the two
Yeah.
that last. But yeah, I think Bryce and Trinity
I do
have
fear, but Sincere would have to literally get a lobotomy for me to believe that he loves her.
I think he loves her. I think he just loves himself more and loves having options more. Who's going to be the next Roxy in Chicago?
I do think that's going to be Kinsey
I
for
think
me.
it has to be Kinsey.
I think Kinsey's going to slay Roxy in Chicago.
Because she can actually sing. First of all, I loved the karaoke episode.
Yes, I
People
loved
were
it
hating
too.
on it. I was
It
like,
was
this
so
is
fun.
So wholesome. And especially if you can't sing.
Yes.
Doing karaoke is such a deeply vulnerable thing.
Also,
And
there
to
was
do
the
that in
one
front of the
time.
nation?
Yes, and it was the one time that we saw them like relate to each other, and like we have to work together to get this task done, and it wasn't
Yeah.
like a weird I'm gonna make out with this other guy that I'm not dating in front of the guy that I'm dating challenge. And I was like,
Or I'm going to spit fish juice into your
yeah.
mouth.
Them. Oh God, don't even talk to me about that. I hated that. I almost skipped through the whole thing.
I actually retched several times.
It was disgusting. But like I was like, you had to see them like work together, and they had to work like that. You can really tell like a lot about someone with how they do that.
Yeah, even
I loved
Kata
it.
and Zach, when they were like
Yeah.
singing face to face, there was something
Yeah.
so little about it.
It
Like,
was so sweet. I thought
was
you two guys are so cute, and they don't know how to sing, but they're trying so hard. So much choreography.
A lot
it
of
was
choreography.
so sweet.
and Kinsey was actually singing. She was the only one who was on pitch.
She was on pitch. She sounded really good. Yeah, I do think she could be the next Roxy. Okay, I'm gonna add one after this one. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go rogue. Who's gonna be on Dancing with the Stars?
Oh, again, Kenzie, bro.
No, here's what I think they should do. I think that Bryce and Trinity should be on Dancing with the Stars together and compete against each other.
I think that's
And the
cute.
way in which I would tune the fuck in.
Yeah,
Or the same thing, but Anaya and Carl.
would love to see that.
Would love to see.
And actually, Carl, as I said, he's
Is a salsa
apparently
dancer.
studied salsa
with the hand.
And Anaya feels like she's
She's
got
a
that in
volleyball
her.
girl. She's
yeah.
she's could be in the Olympics.
Yeah, I actually would love to see that.
Okay, Dancing with the Stars, do it.
And last, most likely to host a podcast.
Ooh, I would love to tune into Trinity's podcast.
Me too.
I really would love that.
Trinity is the answer
Yawning.
for every single question.
We just love Trinity. I do think she's gonna have a podcast. I do also think that I could see Jen having a podcast, given her like post-show interviews,
I could see Jen having like a girly blonde podcast.
like a girly girl,
you know.
girly pop. Get Trinity on Z-Way. I want to hear Trinity and Z-Way have a conversation with each other.
100%. Yeah, give Trinity everything. Moral of the story.
Yeah, and that's the business.
And that's Love Island 2026. I like that we
we
recapped
did
the
it.
first episode and then just jump to the end of the season.
And that's how,
felt
that's
right.
what you're going to get at None of Our Business, babe, because the middle is none of our business.
The middle, babe.
How it starts and how it ends is our business, but the middle, that's none of my business, babe. Honey, that is none of my business. Okay, we're going to end with thoughts and prayers. We could live sing it. I don't remember what it is.
Sure. Start with the top.
Okay,
We're going to do a live thoughts and prayers.
thoughts and prayers. Okay, ready?
Thoughts and prayers.
Prayers and thoughts. Thoughts and prayers. Prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
Thank you, Jesus. Honestly, hell yeah.
Honestly, we got there in the end. Okay, do you have any thoughts and prayers for today, Lacey?
My thoughts and prayers are to the summer going by too quickly, you know?
Honey, thoughts and prayers go out to that because it's going by way too quick.
It's gone by real quick. At first, I was like, oh, we're just in July. It's the true middle of summer. We ain't got nothing to worry about. But now I'm like, it's July 13th
Honey, that's middle.
or it's July 12th. Like, when did that happen? And we're past the Love Island finale. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like Love Island signals the beginning of summer and it ending feels like we're headed towards the end quickly. And I'm not ready for fall.
Me neither. I don't want fall. I mean, I love the leaves and all, but I don't want it. I don't want it. Thoughts
don't
and prayers.
want it.
Thoughts and prayers. Everybody get outside.
Get
have
outside.
a picnic.
You
Drink
know
a margarita.
What thought is freaking me out is daylight savings.
Honey,
Bringing it back to
no,
Trinity
don't.
again.
No.
If it gets dark at 4 o'clock,
I'm going to cry.
I'm going to jump off the Empire State. I'm going to go splat
Off the Empire State.
off the Empire State, right onto the ground. I just can't imagine the sun setting earlier than 7 p.m. anymore
No,
now
I
that I know what freedom feels like.
Yeah, and you were in Paris, but it was sitting at 11, you said.
11
And that's
o'clock.
crazy.
Just
Which I
long
love. That's a
days.
long day. But, honey, I don't know about this. Summer's still, but hey, you know what? Summer's happening. It's only July 13th. We got a whole month of August. And some people even consider September to be summer.
That's very true. It is warm in September usually, and
It
especially
is.
now that the planet's
Do
warming.
you remember the 21st night in September?
And as Zara Larson says, summer isn't over yet. It
That's a really good thoughts and
What are
prayers.
yours? Give me some thoughts and prayers.
Here's my thing. My thoughts and prayers go out to the cast of Love Island. They go because they're about to come out of that villa, and the amount of red dots that's about to be on their phone.
Yeah.
Like the notifications, just having to go through that would give me hives. I think I'd actually get a new phone.
Oh, yeah.
I'd get a new number because
Yeah.
I just don't think I could handle that many red bubbles on my phone coming out of that villa, and that would stress me out. And I just think that I'm sending them thoughts and prayers because that's got to be hard.
It's
and do you
stressful.
look at it or do you just skip over it and you're confused? But they kind of got it because they got to have these interviews.
You got to look at it.
You gotta see what people are saying.
And it's bizarre to see yourself through other people's eyes.
And yeah, they're about to be. They've not about to be. They've been memed down.
Yeah. And it gets to a point where there's a collective bias that starts happening within the culture.
It's true.
And sometimes people are like, we hate this person and we're going to just keep going in on this person.
Yeah.
And even if you feel like you've grown or changed, people are stuck to a certain version of you that you feel like you've moved on from. That is bizarre. And also the thought of opening your phone, starting at 5,000 followers, and you have 1 million followers.
Honey,
That immediate feeling of eyeballs on me would stress me the fuck out.
Jessica Simpson.
I would freak out.
I posted a reel on my Instagram story, and I was looking to find it, but the creator is no longer. It was 24 hours, so it's gone now. But he said that Love Island, to fix the experiment of Love Island, they need to have curtain call. That, at the end, everybody comes out and they give a little thank you for your service. Let's do a little bow because they're really helping us.
They're performing.
They're performing. They're serving us as a community to keep us going, to keep us fed, right? And
Yeah.
we're full.
Yeah.
We're so full. So then they leave the villa, and then we start to be like, TT's talking about this and Sincere that and all that. And we start to make them into villains, but they're just kind of people.
They're just people.
And maybe if they had a curtain call, we could be like, oh, yes. Like, he was like, bring out the most hated couple. Give me a little and a bow. Like, thanks for giving us the drama. Like, and
That's
that
a
could
really good
fix it.
point. Because if you think about it, a lot of people do attach feelings to characters.
Exactly.
Same thing with television shows. But I think that there's
Yes.
a difference when you're watching a stage play and someone bows.
Yes, and you say,
then
this is now over.
this is over. And if I see you at stage door, I can be like, I didn't like you on stage, but I know that that's not you.
Well, I'm going to send a thoughts and prayers out of a person who's going to say that to you, because that's insane.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane. Thoughts and prayers to the performers who are having people say shit like that to them.
You know?
Somebody said something to our Glenda the other day of, I'm so happy I came to see you and I didn't listen to all the stuff that people are saying about you online. Well, bitch, you can't tell me that out loud.
Once again, Empire State. Splat.
Splat, honey.
I'm joking.
It's terrible.
That's so terrible.
And then a friend of mine was a Glenda standby years ago, and you know that someone had the nerve at the stage door to say, "You're my 13th favorite Glenda." Honey.
Elevator straight to the top floor, observation deck. I'm jumping.
Terrible. It's terrible to laugh at, but yeah, people are crazy.
are
So that was a
crazy.
triple thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Right there.
Great.
Triple.
Well,
Guys,
we're
back. We're back, and we're back, and I'm gonna make I was about to make a promise, and I'm not gonna make any promises.
no promises until we're
Not
signed.
a single promises until we're signed by iHeartRadio, and but we love you, and we
Thank you for listening.
thank you for listening, and we were CC'd on the email.
We replied all, but ultimately,
Ultimately, everything we've talked about is
none of our business, babe. But we're going to make it ours, and
we made it yours.
so go forth.
Enjoy that business, baby.
We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. We love you.
Yeah, you.
And you love me. Love me like you say you do. If you need me.
Oh.
Bye.